Hey everyone, welcome to this very special episode of This Week at Tate Yoko. As you can see, things are a little bit different than the usual setup, and that's because Terry and I are out of town right now. We are over in Japan.
Japan indeed.
Yes, and so we thought we'd bring you a special episode, and I hope you guys enjoy. So roll that clip. All right, so we're going to be doing a little bit of indigo dyeing here. The indigo dye kit that we have is, it's called the Jacquard brand Indigo Natural Dye Method tie-dye kit. We're not going to do any, well, maybe a little bit of tie-dye, but mainly just want the indigo. So let's get started here.
Yeah, let's make our indigo dye vat.
What do we got in there, Terry?
Oh, we have some good. I was worried about. They actually come with a pair of disposable gloves. All right, some hydro. Oh yeah, this is sodium hydrosulfate. This is great. Instructions, don't read those. Soda ash. All right, so we got our reducing agent over here, and what looks to be some indigo dye. Pretty
They
cool.
didn't say specifically whether it's natural indigo or synthetic indigo.
Yeah, pre-reduced indigo.
Look on here. It talks about indigo plants, but it doesn't specifically say. But anyways,
we have no, not the stirring stick. I've already dropped it.
Where did my stirring stick go? We have our stirring stick. All right, so first step here. Well, by the way, we're going to be dyeing some shirts, but you can dye any cotton stuff.
Yeah, we're just having a little dyeing experiment over here. So.
But before we do that, we have to mix up the indigo. So first thing we got to have basically 19 liters of warm tap water. So that's what I have right here. And then we're going to empty the pre-reduced indigo dye packet into the water. So this is the pre-reduced indigo dye. So Terry, do you want to be the dumper and I'll be the stirrer? When you're stirring this, you got to be careful not to like make bubbles, basically, because you want to keep oxygen out of the water as much as possible. So just gently.
It smells nice and it appears to be granular. So just kind of going. I'm just going to kind of gently.
Just
watch this. Oh man, that's cool. Look at that. Pretty blue.
A nice bluey green.
Like chunky printer toner here. Fun fact, if you do a little bit of liquid chromatography on the black ink, you'll find all sorts of colors in there. I wonder if it's the same. All right, it's starting to smell a bit.
Okay. So then it says stir. While stirring, slowly empty the soda ash and reducing agent. So we'll do soda ash first. Oh, it smells good. I like the smell. It smells kind of like jeans, honestly.
All right, here comes the soda ash. I imagine it to be quite caustic. Could be wrong.
Just get it all over. Forbidden Kool-Aid, yeah. I wonder if this bucket will be dyed blue forever.
One would imagine. One would imagine.
And then lastly, we're gonna put in the reducing agent, the sodium hydrosulfite.
There we go. I just want to say I passed Organic Chemistry 1, but I failed Organic Chemistry 2.
What's the difference?
An awful lot. One's pretty easy, the other one is very hard. It's a great equalizer in academia. That and thermodynamics. Am I right? Let me know.
Biochemistry.
Yeah. Let me know if you suffered from thermodynamics or organic 2 down in the comics. It's a great equalizer in the university.
All right, so we gotta stir this up, try to dissolve it as much as possible, and then we're gonna cover it, and we gotta wait. They say 15 minutes minimum, but 1 hour for best results. So we're gonna wait for 1 hour. Let this cook.
All right, yeah.
Well, like you can see the bubbles coming out, which is.
Oh, we're cooking here. We're cooking.
Which is what that's supposed to do, is get rid of the oxygen out of the water.
We got some grape drink over here. No, we can't say that. Fast forward.
So we'll catch you when this is ready.
See you in 1 hour.
So it's been about an hour. Our indigo vat has been, I don't know, fermenting or whatever.
It's cooking, yeah.
It's cooking.
Fully cooked.
So it's ready to go. And we have our box of things that we're gonna dye right here. But before we put them in the dye, actually we have to go pre-soak them. So we're gonna head over to the sink and get these nice and wet. Okay, so we're here in the bathroom. You may recognize this bathroom from before. We're gonna soak each shirt and then throw it into our highly watertight vessel down there.
Yeah, 2-ply cardboard. This, of course, is a scientific and industrial process. Shirt gets wet and it goes in the box. It's a very satisfying sound. I wish the box was mic'd up.
Get low to it. Lower, closer. The thud.
It landed with a wet thud.
This is a brand new shirt.
Yeah, this is a brand new.
Somehow somebody got it dirty. So now.
Yeah, it's a factory second. I just realized this sink doesn't have a spillover protection.
The sink is just.
It's not up to code.
The sink is draining so poorly that I have to turn the water off.
I mean, if you've seen one nasty sink, you've seen them all.
Okay, so we're back. And so first up, we need to remove the lid.
Oh man, it's steamed up real good.
So let's get a close-up on here. This is actually looking really good.
Nice and green.
You can see
the smell is pungent.
the kind of bluish purpley film over the top, and then underneath you can see the greeny yellow bath.
Still warm.
Which is perfect. So Terry, do you want to wear the gloves, or do you want to go one glove?
Absolutely wear a glove, yeah.
One or multiple? You want to take both?
I'll keep it on my my right hand and keep the sinister hand for other stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to keep the left hand clean, hopefully.
Our powers combine.
I have a feeling that somehow Indigo is going to get inside of the glove.
We're here, or what? What do you think?
Oh, so look at this. You can actually kind of just like move this to the side. Kind of. It's also just collecting on my glove.
Reverse hydro dipping.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I don't know how well this is going to work. Oh, I tried my best.
All right.
All right, so we'll grab whatever's first in here. Oh, Marty. Okay, and then you try to squeeze as much air. And you know what? Maybe we can. I don't know how to do this. Get all the air out, but.
Oh, he's going in. He's putting his whole hand in.
Oh, I already know this is gonna happen.
He's gonna be a blue boy.
And then you want to keep it in here for about a minute. And then we're gonna take it and hang it up.
Yeah, it's looking real green. Extremely green.
Try not to splash. Create too many air bubbles.
Impressive.
Okay, Terry, you want to be the hanger man. And so if you watch, you can see it progressively getting blue as it's soaking up the oxygen here.
That's it's quite something, actually.
There's probably somebody watching this and being like, no, what are they doing? These amateurs.
For the record, this is our first time that we've done this.
Yeah, we're not experts. There's no way this glove is going to do
Enjoy the
anything.
bare concrete while it's not.
Next time, what you need for this is like AI gloves.
I'm gonna go put a highly absorbent piece of cardboard under there. This cardboard box was used when I moved, and it says Terry Clean Clothes on it. A little bit of trivia.
Okay, so that's just one dip. It's already pretty dark.
That's pretty blue, man. Pretty blue.
I think our bath is working well.
I think we're doing a great job.
There's no way this glove is going to be effective.
All right.
All right, I'll hang this one up. You want to try?
All right, I'll start.
Look how green this is, though.
I'm gonna try dipping.
That's
something.
wild. This is like really reminds me of like lubricant for CNC machines. You know, like the cooling, the coolant. Or sorry, not lubricant. The coolant. It looks just like this.
I'm gonna try and just go for like the rope dye to emulate how it would be at a factory. So here's a t-shirt, circling it tee. Behold its whiteness. And I put it in gently. I put it in.
You want to make sure the air gets squeezed out as much as you can.
Do some more. This is actually pretty exciting, people. We were told, we had our doubters, we had misbelievers who thought this was like, you know, the highest form of dark arts. But so far, I can tell you one thing for sure. These shirts are not white anymore. This is, so you've heard of like the Tokushima hand-dyed natural indigo, right?
This is the Tate Yoko hand.
Hand-dyed natural indigo. Straight from the arts and crafts store down the street.
This is the intangible Montreal cultural heritage.
I would go so far as to say, I would say they call this extra tangible. He's going in there willy-nilly with a blue hand. Like blue Shrek over here.
I'm not really worried about it losing material, like liquid, because we got lots of it, so.
Well,
it's okay, it's patina.
I'm gonna try and go for the delicate. This is just a t-shirt, my rope dye t-shirt. Hand rope dye. There appears to be like, so that sludge that you get on the top of this, the dye bath here, that does stick to the outside of the garment. Oh, this one looks very, very rad.
It's gonna be very...
very tie-dye, very hippie.
I think you have to kind of like unravel it and swish it around a little bit so it evenly coats. It smells like jeans, kind of.
Not industrial, but...
You're gonna be smelling this smell, Terry, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You'll know exactly the smell. You'll be like, ooh.
Something happened here at the bottom. Man, that's funny. Looks like I got a bit of that big
Maybe you
sludge
touched
there.
the bottom.
Yeah, I could have touched the bottom.
Yeah, this glove is doing nothing.
This is messy business. That's what I found out so far.
I feel like the technique is to like, you try to squeeze as much air out of it as you can, but to just like dip it in the long way.
It's kind of, we're cooking. There's no doubt about it. We're cooking here.
You want to try one, Max?
You want blue hands?
It's kind of nice though. This is almost like therapeutic feeling.
It's nice
it's like
and quiet, yeah.
Kind of nice warm water. You just dip in fabric into green water.
Oh, this one came out a little tie-dyed. Not the effect I was going for, but... Oh man, these are getting really dark. Whoa. This t-shirt. This was a white t-shirt.
Some of these are going to need a second trip, I think, to get the mist white spots. You need like a fan to blow air at stuff. Or just an oxygen-rich environment. Do we have tissue up here?
We have some toilet paper. One ply. This is the triple dipper. So, got high hopes for you.
This has been like, I think 5 dips or something. Maybe we'll come back and dip it a little bit more.
You knew what was going to happen. You've seen those videos.
It's okay, I don't mind. You just wash it off.
As long as it's not like that squidding.
Look, you can see where the callus is. It's like dyed like better. The callus somehow dyes better than the other skin.
Oh, there's a hole in my glove. There was a hole in my glove. It's gone into like my dry skin.
Some people have the green thumb, some people have the blue thumb.
All right, let's see. Does it come off? Oh, yeah, no problem. I got the orange Zepp at home. Might have to hit that.
All right, so we're back with all of our natural indigo goodies. I took these home and we washed them. I washed them 2 times actually to get out all of the excess natural indigo. And here they are, and I thought we could go through them and kind of show off the results that we got. So first off,
I just want to say, look how blue everything is.
It worked.
This sounds kind of obvious, but look how blue everything is.
And we had, by the way, like no previous experience, so definitely you want to try this yourself. But anyways, we have this old lady shirt, and I just tried to like dipping it in upside down and letting it run down, a really quick little dip.
This like a one dip.
Yeah, it just kind of got this nice like light blue, and then like some drip marks going down. So
I like the transition. It does look a bit drippy at the bottom though.
But if you do like a really quick dip, you can get this light blue color. Next up, oh, this one's wild. This one I think I scrunched it up, and no, this one I tied up with the rubber bands.
So this was like
It
log.
looked like a snake in the video.
Yeah.
And this is the result. Pretty interesting. Anyways, I like it. Like more of a tie-dye.
This is a thicker fabric too. It's kind of
Yeah.
the Oxford cloth that we have there.
Mhm.
This one looks clearly tie-dyed, so
Yeah.
there's that.
And then another one, I don't remember what we did with this one. Maybe you can tell in the video, but it's got a similar kind of like cloudy, almost like sky pattern.
I think this was like delicately yet haphazardly tossed in the bucket.
I think you did this one and
Yeah.
you did it quickly.
I think this was just like a single haphazard dunk in the plastic bin. It kind of goes to show you might want to have repeated dunks or just be a bit more gentle. So this is not tie-dyed, it's just kind of like half-dyed. But you know, it's natural. The back comes up very nice.
And then we got two more, which were, I think, left in the vat a little bit longer, so they're a little bit darker, but also still kind of have that tie-dye effect. I mean, they're not tie-dyed, they're just splotchy. So, I'm guessing what this is actually areas where there was maybe a little bit of an air pocket, so it prevents it from being dyed as well. So, like, yeah, we just need to improve our technique.
My question is, at what point does this go from looking like a white shirt that was kind of like dyed kind of blue to someone's blue shirt that I'm painting white paint in?
That's a good question.
It's kind of like eventually
like you got
kind of-
bleach on it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like, oh man, I bleached my blue shirt. It's starting to look more like that.
Yeah. Anyways, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we got two down here of these Oxfords that are quite blue. This one didn't get fully blued, but I'd say this one is almost 100% blue here. And we have one more that was missing. We left it at home, which was the double
Sorry.
weave gauze.
Came out really nice.
And yeah, that one was really nicely done, nice and dark. Who knows? Maybe we'll do more in the future. So these are the last ones here, and then we got a few special.
Do you want to show these off?
Possibly my favorite here, this Cats print. So this is an old Cats shirt that we did. If you're a fan of the brand, you'll know that every once in a while we do some Cats shirts. This one's pretty small. It's just
This one
like
came
small.
out really well. So this was just white, like a black print on a white shirt,
Mhm.
and it's actually kind of a really nice, kind of like subtle,
Very subtle
sky
but
blue.
classy, right?
And this is a thinner material, which kind of really took the dye very well. So I did a little bit of reading. Apparently, there's different ways to dye different fabrics. You know, if it's like linen or cotton or wool or whatever, there's different chemistries. We were just kind of throwing it in the bucket, as you saw. But the thinner ones did really, really well in our experiment. And the thread, a little interesting note, maybe you can kind of draw some attention to this, because the thread does not get dyed. So the thread is a bit more of like a
Polycotton mix.
Polycotton. It does not take to the dye, so it gets kind of a cool contrast stitch effect, which does not exist on the original white garment.
And then we did two of these floral prints. You'll probably remember those. So they came out kind of interesting. Interesting just to see the way that the dye interacts with the colors that are already on it.
Yeah, these weren't that. I mean, they're like a white shirt, but they weren't looking super white when they first went in there. They're so floral and so full of color that I would call them a colored shirt.
And then lastly, we have two of these women's wrap shirts here, which again has this kind of really nice airy. I don't know if this is linen or what this
Sure,
is.
it looks like linen. Yeah.
Let's see if it has a care tag on it.
a blue care tag.
It's a double weave gauze, white. So I think the double weave gauze is just a real winner in terms of like fabrics to do this with, because it looks nice and these wrap around. And then I did a legit tie dye.
The actual tie dye.
So you can kind of see the effect on this one. Again, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I just kind of tied it up and did some patterns, and I really like the effect. I think this is probably one of the coolest ones. And then lastly, you may have noticed that I'm wearing the circular knit tee underneath. So this was a white circular knit tee, And we dyed this one as well. As you can see here, the white contrast stitching. But overall, I'm super happy with the way
This came
turned
out really, it came out incredibly well. It makes me want to experiment a bit more of these. I know back in the day there were some people doing wonder looper shirts, so this there. This sounds kind of cool. I'd love to do a natural indigo t-shirt.
Yeah, so here's my challenge to you at home. Get yourself a few circular knit tees. Get the natural indigo dye kit. I'll put it right here. And try this out yourself. I think it's a really fun activity to do at home with your family or friends. And then, of course, you get some really cool garments that you can wear and show off. And
yeah, and you get
tell
some
a
other
story.
souvenirs there, too.
Yeah, so I would recommend getting some like long gloves if you can.
Thick
like
rubber.
As big, long gloves as you can. And if you use your bare hands, you'll get indigo all over your hands and it will stay for a while, but your nails will get dyed a little bit more, so that sticks around a little bit longer. So that's my top tip,
Top tip.
For indigo dye. Any last words?
Yeah, I would say, hey, this is something that may seem really obvious to some other people, but you know, this is the first time, even though we're in the blue jean business, the first time we've actually hand dyed things blue ourselves, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's really cheap, and it kind of opened my eyes to experimenting more with our clothes. So it's got me pumped to do more experiments and more creative work.
Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and sticking around until the very end of the episode. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.